since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened. Yeah, we've definitely... So... Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little. Yeah.
Huh? So you don't... Seems like I've mistaken you for some...
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right No, wait! Even when you've got the right person,
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaeda? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting...
What the heck is this guy's problem? Well, one thing's for sure, right? Anyway, just to be honest, what kind of a special connection? Anyway, there's no... Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's...
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beidou had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time.
Oh!
I've heard bits and... is it really Really? He was called... I thought they'd come to him.
Just a little while ago, this would have been complete. Thank you! Guess what?
All right, then.
Brace yourselves.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, in short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths were... We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievement, in the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the...
This is a true honor. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could... With the Kaedahara clan, you will be able to lead a safe...
I have grown accustomed, yet my ancestors...
I sense some hesitation. Should you accept this offer...
Malicious, rude?
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara...
What? But that doesn't make sense.
That is correct. However...
This is just one of many similar rumors. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me...
This is precise...
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well...
Yikes! We nearly forgot.
Why would such a dangerous... No. This puzzle... My fighting forms were taught to me over time, these techniques. Those forms are quite...
All the more reason to watch your back.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive.
In that case, I will send some men out...
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. And I will first join the Traveler.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say. We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around...
Aha! So...
You are too kind.
Oh? Mr. Kaedahara, to be honest with you, some of them were offered...
Milk?
Please.
Of course. But I wouldn't...
Then let's put that... The Tenryo Commission had...
It's true that if anyone had been out...
Uh-oh. Looks like the trick...
I still find it few people possess your prowess. I am well aware it would cause me great for the poor victim.
Don't worry. We'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the...
You flatter me.
You are... Oh, let me tell you about it, just...
Sure. During...
All right, then. One of them is a pretty...
Amenoma.
Right. Two grown men... I recalled this because...
Understood. Though it...
Sure. Can't...
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start...
Sounds good.
Ah.
Huh?
Yes. The Kaedahara, and after I returned to Inazuma. Yes. You...
Though all bladesmith, as an example, there is nothing. As for the...
That's right. For only a
Indeed, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishi.
You overestimate. But let's get back. We hope to assist with the...
Ah, yes. He didn't say a word, but I've done what I...
We heard that the...
Yes. I believe he went to collect the... Yes. Strange, isn't it? If I had to guess, he's never been part... He is extraordinarily talented.
Truth be told, based on the evidence...
What? He is humble and... Yes, but I also cannot know. Anyway...
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened. Let's pay a visit.
I'm very sorry. My husband has gone missing.
No.
I'm sorry you have to...
I'm afraid we don't have any new... With this in mind...
He'd always get so... Everything was fine.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense of restraint. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. I'm happy he has a... On the last day that I...
Whoa.
And that...
Actually, it didn't. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family. After I said those words, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, had I not indulged his and the next thing I heard was that our warehouse had...
I see. Amenoma Yuya.
At first, I assumed but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries. I don't know. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home. As long as he's willing to turn over...
Please don't get upset. If collecting things, but the information...
A little
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured.
Thank you so...
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the Do you have anything?
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
That is the most likely conclusion based... However, in this case, if this is indeed one fact, Mr. Nagato, the more I ponder it, the more... Right. Although the Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing tech...
Darn! We thought we could...
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and...
Okay.
Let's head out of the city. Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but it felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. Indeed, we should remain vigilant.
So it's an
The force is the source of judging from the concentration.
Mrs. Nagato said...
It could well be that he was from what I've been, but most will Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
Step back. I'll open the door and take a... If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to... You needn't worry.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in.
That was too scary!
All we can do now, two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. Quiet your mind and focus on what... From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami...
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look. It's...
Ugh!
By the looks of it, well...
According to this letter, Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse, and
So,
he was not only whatever traces there may have been. Yes, if Amenoma Yuya...
right. So let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised for a practitioner. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and I have a hypothesis.
Wait.
I believe so. On with the search.
Why here?
I'm not sure. Show yourself!
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! What's your problem?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is... Whoa! Shh!
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, or rather, as a means to occupy.
You're sharper than I... Many years ago, I, as a descendant of the Kaid...
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden.
Indeed. He was a blade, and sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest... In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most...
So...
The people of the time in which I was born, after the death, I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade, and prove my power.
Tell me, what happened?
My hosts? Who cares when they got tired?
You're...
After I returned, at long last, Kaedehara now.
The wind knows me.
Embrace the ice! My apologies. Let's dance. Yeah!
One with nature.
Take
Join
flight.
me and sever that divine light. Do not stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no...
Lost. I can never lose, even if you defeat me here. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same. And even if I were by any means necessary...
Your fighting style, but from your movement?
Really?
As I've mentioned, since the blade is, if you ask me...
Are you trying to... On his deathbed, he passed in that regard. Why...
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not... Now that I've seen in... After all the...
Oh, that...
Only when Mr. Nagato... Well, that you were determined. I think you realized, but the way I see it,
What would you know about any of this?
you returned to... Even if you were to sever that divine light. Sure, you inherited... How could you
Silence! I must. I will concede that...
And you should fix...
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. It is...
How stubborn. I do not believe...
What?
Very well. Once we have dealt with...
And as for your end of the...
I accept...
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only... The cursed blade's strength, the power of the Tatarigami.
But...
Even if things... We have a chance here to save an innocent...
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful now.
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy. It's all right. So far, I will.
Wait a minute. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that city...
All right.
What about Amenoma...
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya...
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay,
Leave everything on this journey to me. Into the wind.
More! Finally, it's my lucky day.
One with nature. Clouds high. The bird.
The fairy. Finally,
Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not.
Something else on your...
How strange. Rather than try, let's keep go.
let's get down to business.
Into the wind. Time to go. One with nature.
Let's get down to business.
Into the wind. That hurts. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting...
But what would that...
I will be careful with it. He's... One with nature. Fine. The wind knows me. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. Yes.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to...
True form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are not the only one who...
Huh?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep... Yup! We...
Don't worry, it's just... The wind knows me.
This will do!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, no one knew anything of my... I thought that if I could...
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. Too much time has passed. Yours.
Actually, forging and maintenance. This blade has traveled the land with me for skill. There is something else Tatarigami is a malevolent. Though you tried to cooperate, I resisted it. I feel a great sense. The moment you embark, you have known this for a...
He gave me... How could I possibly... I said to him...
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor... When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a bladesmith. A newly forged blade lay by.
Wow. That was the blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed, he spent the rest of his life in the forge.